and it cannot touch my soul.
During Jimmy V Week, we hope that you're able to help to donate. 1-800-4-JIMMY-V. You can go to www.jimmyv.org. All of the donations, 100%, benefit the V Foundation for Cancer Research. We're inside 20 minutes away from tip-off of our first game, Purdue and Arizona State, coming up in just a little bit here at the Jimmy V Classic. You know, for the past several months, it seems that no matter where I go, I'm often reminded of our late friend and colleague, John Saunders. College game day football went to Western Michigan, John's alma mater, and the tributes and the remembrances were plentiful. As the college football playoff approaches, John was a staple in the trophy presentation. But there was no event perhaps more meaningful to John Saunders than this one, the Jimmy V Classic. And that was born of his deep love and friendship for Jim Valvano.
What are the advantages to a conference tournament or a regular season champ going?
I'm the wrong guy to talk to, John. I love the tournament. I think the tournament is great.
There are 5 fundamental qualities that make every team great: communication, trust, caring, pride, and collective responsibility. John Saunders and Jim Valvano made for a great team and a closer friendship because they had all of those qualities. It's the last of those 5 qualities, collective responsibility, that became John and Jim's motivation in 1992. Jim was diagnosed with bone cancer, and knowing he didn't have much time, worked with ESPN to create the foundation that bears his name.
We are starting the Jimmy V Foundation for Cancer Research.
John attended meetings and events tirelessly for 23 years, bringing both humanity and levity to a job that could often be challenging.
Everybody felt that they had the best idea about what Jim wanted to do. And there were a fair number of egos in that room as well. So John's ability to make people laugh and also threaten of going hockey on some people always kept everybody in line.
John worked so hard for the V Foundation because of his fondness for Jim. It all comes back to their sense of collective responsibility. Over the past 23 years, the V Foundation for Cancer Research has awarded more than $170 million in research grants to more than 120 facilities nationwide.
John was one of the four founders of helping build the V Foundation, and the success that we're going to continue to enjoy is built largely upon the work done by many of the original board members like John.
John helped us get off to a tremendous, stable, solid foundation because he added so much credibility. You know, when you have someone who has that kind of respect in the industry, they tend to say, okay, if this guy is supporting this organization, it's worth my look.
Because of the dedication of ESPN, Jim's family, and the rest of us on the board of the V Foundation, Jim's greatest legacy and gift to us all will someday be a win much greater than any celebrated tonight, a win over cancer.
Hard to believe he's gone.
I know, I'm sorry. John was among the many who worked tirelessly for the V Foundation. Mike Krzyzewski giving the words there to speak of John's involvement. And also, you know, Coach K wrote an open letter to Jim Valvano this week in which he quoted Valvano as saying, "When we beat cancer, I want to be there," and he will be through this foundation, and so too will our friend John Saunders. Dick Vitale joins us now here on the set. You know, I think, Dick, one of the reasons that the V Foundation has inspired such generosity from people and has been such an important part of people's lives is because of the relationships that people have developed within that, and certainly you and John had a special relationship. How would you describe John Saunders' impact on the V Foundation?
Well, you know, Reese, when you think about John Saunders, I think about a guy that was so unique and so special. His love for people, his love for this event. This event was special. I mean, I'm a little emotional about it because this is the first event that he will not be at, the Jimmy V Classic, which meant so much to him. How much did Jimmy V mean to him? I don't think a lot of people realize this, but he named his daughter Jenna. Jenna Tiana Vanessa, JTV, James Thomas Valvano. They were so tight. I'm going to tell you a little bit more about John Saunders. A lot of people don't know. I was telling you before we came on the air. John Saunders was a special. You had a friend. He was a friend. I was going through a major problem, Reese, as you know. I was going through a problem with my throat. They thought it was throat cancer. The doctor said he could not tell until he did surgery. I'm having surgery in 2008. Dr. Zeitel's world-renowned. I walk in for all the preliminary stuff at 6:30 in the morning. Blood work, Massachusetts General Hospital. I can't believe I'm stunned. Who's standing there? John Saunders. I said, John, what are you doing? He said, I can't let you go through that surgery without being here to wish you luck. I said, John, do me a favor. I have on my religion St. Jude. My mother gave me St. Jude when I was a little kid. It's a miracle work in our religion. I lost my eye as a youngster. It's been with me my entire life. I said, John, I'm going to be squeezing St. Jude in surgery like you can't believe. But I want you to do me a favor. When I come out of anesthesia, if it's non-cancer or pre-cancer, not cancer, thumbs up, baby. If it's cancer, just stand there. I come out of anesthesia, I'm like this, and who's standing about a foot away from me, and he's going like this, and he's hugging me, was John Saunders. Does that tell you the kind of person? I remember John. I mean, I get choked up thinking about it. 5 months ago, he was great at my gala. We honored Robin Roberts, Urban Meyer. He was unbelievable. We raised $2.8 million. He was like unreal. 12 midnight the next day at my house, his wife Wanda and the kids laughing, talking about their future. I never in my wildest dreams expected a phone call from Josh Klowitz at about, 9:30 in the morning on August 10th. When we lost John. Beautiful, beautiful human being. And I'm going to tell you, he presented me 7 months ago. I got into New Jersey Sports Hall of Fame. Who was there to present me? John Saunders. He is as good a person as I've ever met. Warm, caring, more than just being Mr. Versatility. We know he could broadcast sports reporters, host shows, Sports Center, basketball. I sat with him last year right here. He did the play-by-play, and he was so excited to do the play-by-play because this event was about his love affair with Jimmy V.
Great memories of that night, Dick, because John called one game and works in studio here. Now we're working together, and there's a picture that we have that I'll treasure for a long time. It's the three of us and John. He's got his arms draped around us, that big boisterous laugh that became so familiar. This event was important to him, and certainly I know it's important to you, Dick. Look forward to hearing you on the call tonight for sure.
I got one little notice I want to tell you. We are now at $304,000 for the John Saunders Research Grant to help kids battling cancer. Got $100,000 today from Northwestern Mutual. And anybody that wants to join us and make a donation on behalf of John, who's been touched by John, just go to DickVitalOnline.com.
Yeah, great cause. Dick, thank you so much for being with us. Dick Vitale, you'll hear him later on tonight. The doubleheader gets started with Purdue and Arizona State. There's one of the terrific young players in America, Caleb Smart.